Hey friends, welcome back to my sewing room. My name is Becca, and in today's video, we're going to dive into the June 2023 Sew Sampler Box from Fat Quarter Shop. This is a monthly sewing subscription box. It is very affordable, and I feel like the value is definitely there. It's been a minute since I've done an unboxing for the Sew Sampler boxes. I'm still getting them. I do love them. I do think there's a value here. I don't want to cancel it, and so I figured, why not share it with all of you since I've got it here in my sewing room. I've not peeked, by the way. This box shipped out a couple of weeks ago. I know everybody and their brother have already done unboxings for the Sew Sampler box, and I've avoided all those videos because I want to be surprised. So let's dive in and see if I like what's in there this month. The theme this month is Life is Good in June for June 2023. And I'm going to be careful pulling this out. On the back side of this card, there is a coupon code for 25% off of Fat Eighth bundles. You guys, I got to tell you about Fat Eighth bundles because I had been buying fat quarter bundles because I felt like I needed to have a full fat quarter of all of the fabrics for the lines that I absolutely loved. And what I learned is a fat quarter bundle could probably make like 3 or 4 quilts. There's so much fabric there. You don't need the entire fat quarter bundle to make a quilt. You know what works nicely? Fat eighth bundles. They're more economical. You don't get as much fabric, but it's enough to make 1, maybe even 2 quilts. So I've been leaning towards buying those Fat Eighth bundles when I want to have a big pre-cut for any of the lines that I just absolutely love. So if you're getting the Sew Sampler box and you got this coupon code, I would encourage you to give them a try. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so this first notion, when I first saw it, I thought, nope, I'm not going to be able to use it. And I was a little disappointed, but then I looked closer and I realized I was wrong. We have a package of sewing machine needles in a size 90-14, and the retail value on this, according to their pamphlet, is $3.74. Now, the reason why I thought I couldn't use these is because I sew on a Juki TL 2010Q, and this machine has a sticker on it that says you need to use HLX5 or HAX1 needles only, because those are needles that are going to be able to withstand the high-speed stitching of the machine. And guess what? Fat Quarter Shop gave us a package of needles that are 90-14 and are HAX1. So I'm really excited about that because this package of needles I can actually use in my Juki. I could put this in with my Juki needles, but I can also use these same needles in my baby lock machine. So this is a universal needle. It's universal because of the point, not because of how it fits different machines. But it is a needle that could work for both of my sewing machines, and that is pretty dang awesome. We have a lot of notions in the box this month, and the next one is a doozy. This is a retail value of $12.99, and it is the Creative Grids 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch square ruler. I love Creative Grids rulers. They slide around a little bit more than the Quilter Select rulers, which are my absolute favorite, but the marking system just makes so much sense to my brain. There are so many ruler manufacturers out there that have different marking systems that it's a shame to use a ruler that doesn't make sense to your brain. So if you're struggling to read your ruler, consider picking up one like the Creative Grids that has a marking system that you can understand. Now, I'll let you know, this is going to go in a giveaway pile because I already have all of the square rulers from 2.5 inches all the way up to, I think, 12.5 inches from Creative Grids. So this is a duplicate in my sewing room, but that's okay because this can go to one of you in a future giveaway. Our next notion is a retail value of $10.98. This is the G-Easy Organizing Stickers and Clips. You have 3 small pink clips and 3 large blue clips with a sticker sheet that'll help you keep everything nice and organized. This is a retail value of $10.98. It is a limited edition, and the idea here is that you'll take the stickers and put them on your clips, and then you just put the clip on your fabric. The clip is now labeled. This is probably, in my opinion, a better solution than using the alphabeties. I love the alphabeties. They're super, super, super cute, but they are really thick. And sometimes getting your clip over the alphabety plus your stack of fabric can be a little difficult, and you definitely can't put a pin through it. What I would really love is for somebody to make a pack of Wonder Clips with letters and or numbers already printed on them in a high contrast, easy to read fashion. Clover, if you're listening, get to work. We have two patterns this month, and the first one is our block of the month. Every year, the Sew Sampler box, starting in April, ending in March of the following year, does a 12-month block of the month. Every month, you get a pattern to make a block. This year, we are doing the Pressed Flowers quilt along. I'm not doing these. I never got Bliss done, and honestly, the fabric is not my cup of tea, and I'm not loving the blocks. This is what the block will look like if you choose to make it. It will be an unfinished size of 12.5 inches by 12.5 inches. And if this is a sew along that you do want to do, you can buy the patterns on the Fat Quarter Shop website, each for $4.98. And there will be 13 patterns altogether, one for each of the 12 blocks, and then a finishing pattern to put all 12 of those blocks into its finishing layout. It is neat because it's kind of a mystery sew along. You don't know what it's going to look like till it's revealed. But as I learned from Bliss, the downside of that is you could be working on the quilt all along and then see the reveal and go, oh gosh. Our pattern for the Sew Sampler box is an exclusive, which means you cannot get this pattern without buying the box. And this month, it is Dinah. This is a retail value of $9.98. The finished size will be 53 inches by 53 inches. And of course, you can grow the size of this quilt just by adding some additional borders. On the back side, it'll tell you that what you need for the fabric is the Fat 8 bundle that we have in the box, which I'll show you in a moment, 2¼ yards of your background, 1/8 of your accent, and then 5/8 of your binding. And this is what that whole diagram for the quilt will look like. Again, it'll be 53 inches by 53 inches, but you could just add on 2 or 3 borders to grow this to the size that you need it to be. I love the Fat Quarter Shop patterns because they are full color illustrations inside and they are really easy to read. And I feel like most all of their patterns are extremely beginner friendly. So if you are new to sewing, this is a box I would encourage you check out. It's affordable, you get high quality items, and you get a pattern that's easy to understand. Our fabric package included a bonus notion that has a retail value of $3.98. These are iron cleaning cloths and they're phenomenal. Let me show you. Inside of this package, you have these little cloths that feel a bit like dryer sheets. Each one opens up to about the size of a dryer sheet. You can see it's a little transparent and there is kind of like this, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like detergent or fabric softener or something on it. You can feel it with your fingertips, but the way you work with this is you grab a pressing surface, you grab a paper towel, you lay this on top of the paper towel, and you take your iron. Mine is not heated up, so I'm not really cleaning my iron. I'm just demonstrating for you. And you wipe the iron on the edge of this surface. Make sure to have a couple of paper towels underneath of this. That way, as the iron is melting stuff down, it's not going to mess up your pressing surface. You'll want to make sure that you have a couple of paper towels underneath this cloth. That way, as you're putting your hot iron over the cleansing cloth, when this melts and residue drips off of it, it's going to be caught in the paper towel and not on your beautiful pressing surface. After you wipe the iron on this bad boy, you're going to take those paper towels and wipe off the sole plate of your iron, and it's going to be spick and span. And I have heard, and I think I've done it a couple of times, that this one sheet can be used for 2 or 3 different cleaning sessions. But there are 10 sheets in this package, so this should last you a while. The last thing that we have is our fabric bundle that retails for $20.98. And I'm going to tell you right now, part of the reason why I keep the Sew Sampler box is because a lot of times the fabric that they choose are from designers that I know I love because they tend to stay with the same designers. And so a lot of times I feel like I can stay away from buying the big fat quarter bundles or the big fat eighth bundles of specific designers when they announce a new line, because I know I'm going to get a taste of it in a sew sampler box. And I can use this to make a quilt rather than a big pre-cut to make a quilt. Early on in my quilting journey, when I saw a fabric line I just absolutely loved, I had to buy all of it everywhere I went because I was so drawn to it. I'd buy the charm packs, I'd buy the mini charms, I'd buy the jelly roll, I'd buy the fat quarter bundle if I could. And I realized I would much rather have a quilt finished with that fabric that I could use and look at all the time than to see lots of little bundles of that same line folded up on my shelf. Now, don't get me wrong. If there's a line that I just absolutely love, I might buy just one pre-cut and keep it on my shelves for a super special project down the road, but I'm not going to collect all of the fabric every time I go shopping. I'm going to make a quilt with it. And if I absolutely love it, I'm going to keep a pre-cut of some shape, some size on my shelves to work with later. Okay, that's enough spiel about pre-cuts and my own shopping habits. Let me show you the fabric that's in this month's box. The fabric in this month's box features Sunnyside by Camille Ross Kelly for Moda Fabrics, and Fat Quarter Shop has specifically curated each piece of this fat eighth bundle. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It looks like it's Camille's take on fall. I'm looking at this fabric and I'm quite pleased because the images that I saw of it in the Moda catalog, the fabric line didn't hit me as nicely as it is in person. In person, this is way more vibrant and it's really, really pretty. It really does look like this is Camille's take on fall. She's got some burgundies, oranges, blues, and greens in here, so that seems like fall to me. So that is everything for the Sew Sampler June 2023 box. Thank you, friends, for diving into the contents with me, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!